911 Action News starts right now.
Right now, part of a busy highway remains closed after a truck carrying cattle crashed. The cattle then got loose. This is a live look right now at 435 near 96th Street. Southbound lanes have just reopened. We were told that northbound lanes were still closed, but it looks like they're letting cars through right now, so we're going to double check on that and see what's going on. The driver lost control of the truck earlier today. It was carrying 90 animals. Kansas City police say cleaning up is taking longer than expected. All cattle have been found and also rounded up. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Rhiannon Alley and Gary Lezak is here. So what are we tracking, Gary?
We're tracking snow in Omaha. Okay, not in Kansas City yet, but it usually snows in Omaha before Kansas City, and they haven't had their first inch either. We'll talk about that here in just a minute.
Okay, thanks, Gary. We'll get back to you in just a moment. First, here's what's happening at 6:30. Today, we are learning more about Michaela Norris, who was found dead just days after she went missing. Norris's family and best friend believe her and the suspect, Kareem McCoy Lee, met on Tinder. McCoy Lee then killed himself after police say he tried to kill his ex-girlfriend in Liberty. Just one day after the tax reform bill was passed, Congress is preparing the bill for the president's signature. According to several reports, he could sign the measure as early as tomorrow. We, of course, will have more on this developing story in just moments. And following the latest developments on the KCI airport, today the City Council decided to continue its negotiations with Edgemoor. They plan to have an update in early January. This comes as the council did not approve the memorandum of understanding last week. And big changes coming to Westport. The City Council just approved a measure that privatizes sidewalks in the neighborhood. This allows business owners to set up checkpoints and to look for weapons, but they will not be able to do body or warrant checks. That is expected to take effect next spring. Okay, let's get back over to Gary and see what he's tracking. Gary.
Here is the snow in Omaha and Des Moines. You can see developing. Here's Omaha, here's Des Moines. Mostly Des Moines is above freezing. They're probably not going to get their first inch yet, but Omaha just may barely, maybe. I'm not even sure of that. It's interesting. We have a low pressure area still just north of and west of Sedalia. It's about to move through there, so Sedalia will drop about 10 degrees. It's not a major dramatic front, but it is 54 there, 53 in Chanute, and 36 in St. Joseph. So Kansas City by 9, 10 o'clock should be about 34 degrees, but staying above freezing. And it stayed dry today, so I'm not really concerned about any freezing tonight. Well, what is that? That is snow moving towards our area. It is possible. We'll take a look at the chance of the white Christmas coming up.
Well, if that happens, Gary, it could impact travelers. So what are you thinking? How is it looking for travel?
There's no major storms right now, so that is good news. But as we go towards Christmas weekend, there may be some issues. We'll talk about that coming up.
Okay, Gary, thanks. Looks like it could be a busy night. This is a live look right now at our scout camera. This one downtown. You can see at 670 Locust. It is a little busy, not too bad, but the roads are expected to get even busier before the big travel weekend comes. These are big travel days, so whether you're traveling by plane, train, or automobile, you can expect this holiday to be the busiest one yet. That's according to AAA. By far, most people will travel by car. In fact, anywhere from 100 to 107 million travelers alone are expected to hit the roads. It also predicts most people will drive 50 miles or more between Saturday night and January 1st. TSA is rolling out new high-tech scanners for your carry-on bags. These scanners are supposed to improve weapon and bomb detection. Ultimately, the image is more visible for the TSA screener who is watching for any possible weapon. Right now, they're being tested in several cities. Following some breaking news right now, a government shutdown has been averted, but only for a short time. Just moments ago, the Senate passed the spending bill, which the House passed earlier today. The president is expected to sign it. This measure avoids a shutdown until mid-January. New developments following the tax reform bill just passed by Congress. It's now ready for the next step, which is President Trump's signature. Blaine Alexander has the details.
For Republicans, today, another celebration. Lawmakers officially sending the tax reform bill to President Trump. Yeah. The plan, not even law yet, but Republicans say it's already working, encouraging at least 5 companies to increase U.S. spending and bonuses by billions.
This is a happy day indeed for the American people. These middle-class tax cuts are resonating already.
Republicans still riding the wave of their first major legislative win, even as the tide turns to avoiding a government shutdown. The president urging his party keep the momentum going, pass a resolution to keep our government open. Democrats keenly aware that Republicans cannot afford to mess this up.
The one thing that they're supposed to do is to keep this government running, to keep the lights on. And yet we lurch from one crisis to another crisis to another crisis.
Today, Congress taking action on children's health insurance with funding set to expire, but delaying action on DACA and $81 billion in disaster relief that lawmakers in hurricane-ravaged Florida and Texas want now. Republicans' goal today, don't rock the boat, just get it done.
No sneaky things in it, just a continuing resolution to get us through this moment, to get us into next year. It's as clean and simple as possible.
On this vote, the yeas are 231, the nays are 188. The motion is adopted.
The bill not a final fix, rather another delay, this one taking them to January 19th. And when Congress returns next year, they will have less than 3 weeks until the next shutdown deadline. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
In the wake of Congress passing the Republican tax bill, several companies have already announced holiday bonuses and higher pay for workers. The move comes, it gives support to claims by the president and Republican lawmakers. They said the bill would lead to more investment by companies with the money they save. So once the bill is signed into law, AT&T and Comcast both say they will give $1,000 bonuses to thousands of its employees. Plus, Wells Fargo and Fifth Third Bank will both hike minimum wage for hourly workers to $15 an hour. The just passed tax bill is also giving a boost to the alcohol industry. The Senate added a provision that gives beer, spirits, and wine producers a 2-year reduction. According to CNN Money, that means they can save up to $4.2 billion during that time. Plus, small brewers will see their tax rate cut in half for the first 60,000 barrels. Big brewers will get a break as well. Their tax rate could save them roughly $12 million every year. And tax rates for hard liquor drop even more by nearly $11 per gallon. Police in Australia are now saying a man deliberately drove a car into a crowd of people in Australia, but it is not linked to terrorism. Police say the 32-year-old driver hit dozens of people. 19 are still recovering from serious injuries.
At this stage, we believe it is a deliberate act. However, we do not know the motivation, and it is still early stages of the investigation.
Instead of calling it terrorism, police say he is an Australian citizen of Afghan origin who has a history of drug use, assault, and mental health issues. In a 41 Action News Health Alert, a new study suggests women with heart disease are more vulnerable to stress. Researchers at Emory University looked at the effects of mental stress on men and women with the disease. They found women had a reduced blood supply to the heart when they were under pressure. This greatly increases their risk of heart attack or death. Experts suggest women with heart disease should be careful when managing their stress. Looking ahead, today we learn when Congress will present a congressional gold medal to former Kansas Senator Bob Dole. The move is to recognize his service to the nation as a soldier, a legislator, and a statesman. This is set to happen on January 17th. Raising money for kids with cancer, the unique way one school urged kids to jump on board. And is your iPhone getting slow? The surprising admission from Apple today.
My iPhone's getting confusing. All right. Good evening, everyone. Hey, it's snowing. We're in Omaha, Nebraska. Are we next? Our forecast coming up.
If you have an older iPhone, you may have noticed that the phone starts to slow down. Well, there's an answer as to why it does that, and you're not crazy. It really does do it. Apple says it slows down older iPhones to prevent them from unexpectedly shutting down. The company says as iPhone batteries age, the devices struggle with demands for more power. So cold weather also plays a role. So to prevent them from shutting down, Apple says they tweak the software to slow certain tasks that require more power. Well, Christmas arrived early for some of the less fortunate here in Kansas City. A group of children who are visually impaired wanted to give back this holiday season. Alpha Point's Youth Services Group baked cookies, made handmade holiday cards, and also collected items to give to at-risk homeless men, women, and children.
People donated like hats and socks and gloves and blankets and things like that.
Every time we get things like this in, it always goes to those in need, and it's greatly appreciated because we wouldn't be able to help as many individuals as we do without, community members like this.
Today, the kids hand-delivered hundreds of gifts to Hope Faith Ministries. The plan to get guns off the streets, how one city in Missouri is taking action.
It's cloudy, there's a storm nearby, but it's staying dry. Will anything fall out of the sky tonight? And what about the holiday weekend? It's all coming up. You're watching 41 Action News, clear, complete coverage.
You're watching 41 Action News at 6:30. Clear, complete coverage with Rhiannon Alley. And your forecast with Gary Lezak, Kansas City's weather leader. Thanks for watching 41 Action News.
Now new at 6:30, one Missouri city is trying something new to get guns off of its streets. Kaya Edwards tells us how leaders are working to make the city of St. Louis safer.
This little boy was killed unintentionally.
They are tragic stories of young lives lost to gun violence.
The kids in his class will suffer because this is somebody that they knew and saw daily.
Lacey Bernstein runs Women's Voices Raised for Social Justice. She supports the city's gun buyback program, which offers cash to anyone who turns in guns.
Every gun that's taken off the streets and disposed of is one gun less that can do harm to somebody.
One shot and the other one picked my brother up and used him as a shield.
State Rep Bruce Franks Jr. can tell you tragic stories too.
I've been to 163 funerals.
But he opposes the buyback program.
We had a gun buyback when my brother was killed in 1991. We moved, 7,000 guns off the streets.
Which sounds like a lot. He says the murder rate decreased by around 15, but went back up the following year.
It's too much attention put towards something that we know for a fact isn't effective.
He also doubts criminals or their family members will turn in guns. Lacey is optimistic.
I hope that the scope of this being so public and so available will really motivate people.
But they both agree more needs to be done to reduce violent crime.
We've given out over 3,000 free gun locks.
We do need stricter gun laws, but at the end of the day, that's not what would have saved my brother. What would have saved my brother is those two men who were living a life of crime if they had some type of opportunity.
City leaders here in the metro are also working to lower crime. One example is the KC Watch program, which started a few months back. So if you have surveillance cameras outside of your home or business, you can sign up. And then if a crime happens nearby, police can contact you to see if the camera caught any footage of the crime. Well, looking ahead as you squeeze in some last-minute holiday shopping, you might want to check out JCPenney. This Saturday morning, some stores are passing out $10 coupons or $10 discounts, but it's only while supplies last and at select stores, so you will want to check first before you go. Go to our website, kshb.com, click on the web links. You can find out which stores will be offering the discounts and the coupons. And if you're still looking for last-minute gifts, Amazon is a great place. You can find some deals there. They're offering that last-minute shipping. You can still get things in time for Christmas. This is video inside the Prime Now hub in Phoenix. Companies offering shipping up until 11:59 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Amazon predicts this Christmas is going to be its busiest holiday ever.
Kansas City's weather leader. This is Chief Meteorologist Gary Lezak.
Good option for those of you
Waited. I haven't shopped yet. I haven't gone shopping yet, so.
You haven't bought one thing.
No. I do that quite often. So.
And you still get it done.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
that's all that matters.
Let's see what's going on.
So what if people are heading out last minute shopping this weekend?
Christmas Eve morning, there might be a little bit of snow. Okay. So we'll look at that updated chance of a white Christmas here in just a minute. But take a look right now. It's cloudy. We do have a cloudy night. The question is, will anything fall out of the sky as temperatures drop? On the plaza, it's still dry. Beautiful shot on the plaza with the plaza lights. And I am beginning to believe there will be just a dusting, maybe a little more, by Christmas Eve morning. So the chance of a white Christmas has gone up. 41 degrees our current temperature, north winds at 15 miles per hour. That gives us a wind chill factor of about 28 to 30 degrees, so it's cold outside. It is snowing to our north. Now remember, Omaha, Nebraska has not had their first inch of snow yet. It's getting awfully close. Right now, there's a little band of snow. Watch this coming in from the north. It may be just enough to give them an inch. They're at 26 degrees. I'm sure it's all coated white there, but an inch of snow, it's going to be awfully close to their first inch of snow. Kansas City, well, we're at 41 degrees now, 54 degrees in Sedalia, and just clouds. There's a couple maybe flakes of snow up to the north, but it looks like we will stay dry tonight, so I'm not expecting any problems for travel in the morning. 68 degrees in Tyler, Texas, 8 degrees, 5 degrees up there in Aberdeen, South Dakota. So colder air is heading our way. I think we'll be down to about what Omaha is now tomorrow morning, 26 degrees as this system goes by. And then Saturday night, Sunday, this is 6 p.m. Saturday, this little band of snow. It's small, it's not a big storm, so it's not a for certain thing yet. But look at this area of snow coming towards Hiawatha, gets to St. Joseph, Cameron, Kansas City International Airport, North KC, Liberty, Gladstone. You're in this blue band. Then that goes on by. In the lighter shade, there's still a good chance there could be a dusting. So some of us may not get any snowflakes, and others could see a dusting of snow. And then as we go into Christmas Eve morning, this is 6 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve, notice how there is some snow falling. And then by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it's ending. So not a big storm, but look at that. A dusting to 2 inches possible in our viewing area. Again, timing it out, it's Saturday night, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. right now. That timing could change a little bit. 60% chance. That means there's still a 40% chance it doesn't snow. Keep that in mind. That's what we've been through, but I'm leaning in that direction. 34 degrees. The wind will be shifting tonight. And then tomorrow, expect to start at around 26 degrees. Wind chills in the teens. And then tomorrow afternoon, a high of 36 degrees and dry, but mostly cloudy again. 7-day forecast. Here is that chance of snow. 60% early on Christmas Eve morning. Should be dry for the Chiefs game against Miami. And then on Christmas Day, 38. And another storm showing up Wednesday and Thursday. And that one's looking pretty big at this moment. All right, so what is the increased chance of a white Christmas? Yesterday we were at what? Oh, I didn't even know that changed. Did you change that? The computer must have changed.
Santa changed it. Look at him smiling.
Chance.
That's a pretty good chance.
That's pretty good. It surprised me.
And it's going to be cold for the Miami game, so Miami's not going to like that.
No, we'll look at the new data tonight at 10.
Okay, thanks.
And Sunny's here.
And Sunny's here.
Getting a little Santa outfit.
Is she going to do a trick? Oh, she's going to wear her outfit.
No, we're just going to have her do an outfit.
She's going to show off her outfit. I can't wait. This season is in full swing, and today trees in Washington Square Park got some unique decorations. Take a look. We want to show this to you. Marks Nelson accountants headed out to the park. They wrapped scarves, hats, gloves around trees and benches there, and it's all for the homeless. The event is for the organization's Wrapped in Warmth campaign.
For the people to come out and give these scarves out and help out people that need help, you know, it's a great feeling to me. You know, people, they're struggling. You know, they have the different issues in life. And anything helps to help them get back on their feet.
More than 2,000 items were donated. This is the second year Marks Nelson has done this event, and they're hoping to make it even bigger next year. Are you a fan of Elvis? You're in luck. Elvis Presley's estate is auctioning off 271 Elvis artifacts on January 6th. This is one of them, a rocking chair. This comes from a version of the famous Jungle Room before Elvis decked it out with furnishings. The chair is expected to bring $10,000 to $15,000. Other items include clothing, jewelry, and concert memorabilia. Here's what's coming up tonight on your 41 Action News station. Catch 2 all-new episodes of Great News, which I really like. That is followed by a Saturday Night Live Christmas special. And then, of course, 41 Action News tonight at 10. You heard Gary mention he'll have new data. And new on 41 Action News tonight at 10, you've heard of bad neighbors? Well, this one really takes the cake. A local mom and her daughter were forced out of their home because of the mess next door. The 41 Action News investigators hop into action to get them help. That's coming up tonight at 10. It is so cute. Look at this. If you've seen or if you have an elf on the shelf, look at this. It's a life-sized elf. It's actually an elementary school principal in Iowa. He told his students that he would do it if they raised at least $500 in coins for the Pennies for Patients programs. It is a fundraiser to help raise money for cancer patients. So guess what? The students ended up raising more than $900.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
look at that. I love that.
Here's Santa Sunny.
Look who's here, Santa Sunny.
Say right here. Say set. Good girl.
We'll see if she'll keep this on. She does not like it.
Okay, hold her treat.
Okay.
Here goes. Ready? This is her Santa outfit.
Isn't that cute?
So
She looks really, really cute in it.
There you go. There you
If she'll look at the camera. Come here, Sonny. No.
Okay, ready? Good. Is you ready? Here, Sonny. Sonny, this is one opportunity.
We're trying.
There you go.
We're trying. Look at the camera.
Up.
Oh.
There you go.
Almost. Look this way. Look this. Here.
Squirrel. She wants her treat.
She wants her treat. Tornado. Oh, good girl.
Dance. Tell her to dance.
Dance. Okay, dance.
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 Speak.
Good girl. She deserves it, right?
There goes Santa Sunny.
Oh, is she leaving us? All right.
Anyway,
Santa Sunny
new
stole
data
the
10 out of 10. It will give us an insight into the chance.
Okay, well, we keep it at 60%. We'll see tonight at 10.
Yep.
I hope so.